Hey guys, head coach Robert Gray of Victory Performance here, going over our Tuesday, March 31st home workout. Okay, so starting out with tissue prep, just like we do every single day. Again, that can be the same routine every day, or you can switch it up just based off of how your body's feeling. Okay, then going into your warm up 3 minute run, hip series 2, shoulder series. You'll see the links to the hip and shoulder series below the video here on YouTube. Core and balance this week, same exercises as it has been on our Tuesday sessions for the past 2 weeks, just progressing our sets and reps. This will be the last week of those two exercises on this day. After we complete the core and balance, we're going into our conditioning. Okay, so we have 6 rounds for time. You'll need to set up a cone or a target distance again that's 30 seconds out for your runs. If you would like to just hold on to your phone and time it, that's okay too. But you'll see we start with 1 minute run, 10 goblet squats, 10 lateral step ups, 10 T-stabs, and then we finish the round with a 1 minute run. So essentially the start of your second round, you'll complete a second 1 minute run, and then you'll flow your way back through. So for that, you guys can choose to run a minute out and a minute back when those runs are back to back like that, or you can do complete 30 seconds out, 30 seconds back twice in a row. That's up to you. So you guys will flow through that workout for 6 rounds or 20 minutes, whichever happens first, and then we're finishing with our ISO holds. ISO single leg RDL, minute 45 on each side today. That is going to feel like an eternity if you guys can do it. And then ISO air squats, minute 35, probably will also feel fairly long, but totally doable. Remembering to brace and breathe during those holds, and that your depth is not necessarily the top priority, or how big of a range of motion you're able to hold is not necessarily the priority at first. The first priority is, can you brace, can you breathe for the duration of the hold. All right, guys, coming up, we got demos of the movements in today's workout.
Okay, guys, so you just finished the hip series number 2 and the shoulder series, and now we're ready to go on our core and balance section. So week 3 here, we got dying bugs to start. We're doing 3 sets of 12 on each side. We're starting with our knees at 90-90, okay? Our arms are reaching straight over our shoulders. We've got our low back flat and our belly buttons pulled in, holding onto our brace, okay? I'm gonna inhale as I extend out, hold for a count, exhale as I come in. I'm gonna complete 12 on one side, 12 on the other. If you're unable to keep your low back flat while straightening your leg all the way, then we can just keep that knee bent to some degree, whatever allows us to keep our low back flat while holding on to our brace, right? So the more you bend your knee, the easier. The more you extend your knee, the more challenging, okay? After that, we have single leg touchdowns, which is essentially like a single leg squat almost, okay? So standing on one leg, I'm gonna shift my weight over onto that foot so my nose is in line with that foot. Okay, and then from here, keeping my chest up, holding on to my brace. With control, I'm squatting down, getting as close to my foot as I can, and back up. Okay? We got 12 on each side today. Okay, so 12 on your left, 12 on your right. You'll complete those back to back, keep the rest times kind of minimal until you complete your 3 rounds. Okay? Then for our conditioning today, we have running as kind of our main cardio aspect of this. Again, if you don't want to run, you can use a bike. You can substitute in a jump rope or something else, okay? Our 3 resistance movements in our conditioning circuit today start with a goblet squat. So I've got a dumbbell here. Okay, we can easily use that dumbbell, but I'm going to show you guys with a gallon of water here. Okay, so the goblet just means we're holding it underneath our chin. I've got my feet set up in my squat stance just outside of shoulder width. I like a little toe turns out. You can be straight ahead or have this slight turnout if you'd like that as well, okay? Holding on to your brace, dropping your hips as low as you can while holding on to that brace, okay, keeping some level of balance, okay, knees driving out, torso upright, okay. If you'd like to squat to a target, okay, you can do that as well. The second exercise, I guess I'll use this again, is the lateral step up. Again, you can use a dumbbell if you have it, okay? We've got a platform here. It's part of our outside furniture. Okay, so you can hold on to this weight in a number of different ways to challenge yourself, but you're just gonna be stepping up and back. Okay, we've got 10 total reps. We're doing 5 on each side. Okay? So again, you can hold the weight down by your side. You can hold it up at your shoulder. You can even hold it up overhead. Okay? The higher the weight gets, the more challenging this is going to be. Okay, and then our third exercise is a T-stab. So T-stabs are in our plank position. These can be done on the floor or on an elevation, just like any of our other plank-based movements. Okay. The important part here again is holding on to the brace through the abdomen, through the glutes, through the quads, and resetting that brace after each rep. Okay, so start with the glutes on. I've got a little bit of width in my feet so that I can pivot. Okay, but I'm going to rotate, hold 1, hold 2, find that brace position before switching again. Okay, as you build some comfort here, you may not have to take as long in this plank before moving on. Okay, to feel the brace, to feel yourself engaged in the areas you should be. Okay, but again, take your time. I want to encourage you to you know, take a moment on each rep to feel the tension in the proper positioning for your plank. Okay. Once you've completed the conditioning, the ISO holds today. ISO single leg RDL. So this is our hinge pattern. We've got our weight shifted onto 1 foot. Chest is dropping forward. The back leg, we're keeping it long. I'd like to see it in line with your torso as opposed to dropping down low here, okay? So you're gonna be here for 1:45, okay? So it's a long time. So it's okay if you start in a very, you know, low range of motion position, okay? Just with your chest forward, slight lean, okay? And then getting lower as you go. And then after that, we've got an ISO air squat. Some of you with great mobility can do an air squat hold without having any assistance. Somebody like me, my ankles are a bit restricted, so I'm going to use these 2 pieces of wood from my yard to put underneath my heels to allow me to access my squat position a little bit easier and take some of the stress off of my joints during the hold. Okay, so I've got my heels elevated slightly, I've got my brace on, okay, and then I'm dropping down, and I'm gonna hold on to my air squat as I belly breathe for 1:45. Okay, once you've completed the air squat ISO hold, you are done with your training for today. Good job, guys.